if there's no truth to it, then I quote, the parents was saying, let make school open, make COVID kill them. When I heard it, I was like, oh my God, this cannot be.
That's the level of frustration. That's the level of frustration that parents experience at home.
I
Because,
can,
Raymond, when the student have to go from this app to that Google Classroom, Moodle, Schoology, all these all these different apps that they have to go to access
yeah,
the online
different
learning.
different
It is
apps. Mhm.
frustrating. It can be frustrating. And then when to submit an assignment, that can be another challenge as well because the child might not understand exactly what to do. And then the
Yeah.
parent, most of the time, doesn't know what to do either. So it's a whole frustration in the home. And I understand what that lady is saying. What my school make them go because when they're at school, you didn't have to be worrying about, oh, my child needs to get this. He's already at school. He's already there, grasping everything. You are worried about everything else at work or whatever else there is that parents worry about. Not to add to it with this online school. Wait till them come home 2 or 3 o'clock. Then we deal with that. But whole day, all day, it is frustrating. It is
So
really
all right. So as we know, we also have a tablet crisis where students in rural areas are not able to attend classes for months or for weeks or for days because one, they don't have the gadget, and secondly, they don't have the internet sorry, the internet connection there. And I've been watching where the government, the Ministry of Education, has been working with other what you call it, um, other companies and stuff to, and the government to make it a reality. Can you comment on that to say how much they have progressed in um, as it relates to that? How much has that improved? Can you comment on that?
well, yes, it is a big challenge in regards to gadgets to access online school. And I was at one of the high schools yesterday on the basis of an unfortunate situation, but I was there and I heard a parent talking about she witnessed some of the tablets came into the schools because she was asking about it for her grandson who is in 11th grade, that the 11th grade students are supposed to get tablets since they're preparing for CXC and all that. So yes, tablets are going out to some of the schools, but the thing that you mentioned about the rural areas, they have the tools for learning, but are not able to access it because of internet or poor internet connection.
Mm-hmm.
So as a community now, as stakeholders, we have to reach out, show a helping hand where necessary, and that is something that is big on the Creative Youth Foundation platform because we're out to get
I, I, I,
community.
I, 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 I I don't want you to talk about the creative use. Hey, don't talk about creative use. Don't talk
Okay,
about creative use.
okay, sir.
If
Okay,
you're just joining
so
us,
what
you are
I'm
watching the.
imploring community members, family members, persons out there, if you can involve a child or two in your house, I know it's COVID and people are sort of skeptic now, but it's
Right.
education. Sanitize as much as possible, even if they have to wear the mask or your section somewhere with plastic for them to
Right.
access the class. Please, I'm imploring, reach out to somebody who you know is in need because there are so many students who are left behind because of this online learning. They don't have the gadgets or they don't have access to the internet. So we have to help out where necessary. But we as the ministry is trying as best as possible to reach as many persons, and that's a good initiative. But we as stakeholders, parents, we still have to do more on our part to help out.
Yes, we all have a part to play, and
Exactly.
I was telling someone the other day that there's a lot of us. Um, I think we tend to focus so much on the fact that we are in need, and we often forget how much because guess what? A lot of us have people in our circle, and maybe maybe an individual might look at the fact that if I'm gonna, I alone will have to purchase a tablet for $20,000 or $23,000. But sometimes you're a part of a circle where if you want to give back, you can say to somebody, or you can say to a group of people, look, hey, I have an initiative. I want to contribute a tablet to this person. You know, let us do it as a team.
Yeah.
And if one person give $4,000, the other give $4,000, that's $8,000. And if everybody gives some, if it's even $100, so one person don't really have to shoulder the burden to say that it's too much of a cost for them to
Mm-hmm.
purchase one tablet, or it may not even be a tablet. You can buy a pack of pencil, you can buy a pack of ruler, you can buy geometry,
Geometry set.
geometry set, geometry set. Thank you, teacher, for the correction. And stuff like that. So there's so much that we can do. A lot
Yes.
of us have internet connection. Your neighbor might don't have any internet. How about you know um inviting that student, or those students, those children over to your house? Set up a little area where they can, you know they're able to sit down and to use your internet, so we can give back in so many different ways. We don't have to take it on by bulk, and that is where we often strain ourselves as it relates to that.
Or
you know
relatives
um
or other persons overseas just the same who
right.
can help.
So there's a lot of ways in which we can give back. I have seen a lot of foundations out there, in this pandemic, giving back to communities, and giving out care packages and stuff like that. So we have to remember that we have a responsibility,
Exactly.
not just to ourselves, but to the wider community. All
Exactly.
right. So in terms of, I mean, it has become a new normal. Education has now, there's a paradigm shift as it relates to education, and everywhere. There's a lot of persons who are still at home out of a job. There's a lot of persons who are working from home, and there's a lot of other different situations out there going on right now. We're suffering from mental depression. There's a lot of that going on, and I've heard people even calling to the government to try to implement a strategy so that our elderlies that are locked in at home can be able to some form of recreation. How do we keep people safe while we are going through this global pandemic? um, a lot of us may not even recognize how much of a toll this thing is taking on us. And even yesterday, I was questioning myself, and I was saying, you know, am I becoming depressed with this new normal? No, Tamika, I'm being honest with you. I've asked myself the question, am I becoming depressed with this thing? But God is good in spite of. But how did you acquire your passion for, for education? Because a lot of us, when we go, Sin City says, "Hi, what's up?" Hello, Sin City. I am doing great. Welcome to the Power to Talk show. If you're just joining us, we are talking with Miss Tamika Thomas. a teacher and a student at the Sam Sharp Teachers College. And our topic for today is COVID teacher. COVID has caused a paradigm shift in the way our entire livelihood, our lifestyle, where we communicate, the way we socialize, and we are just touching on that today as it relates to the educational aspect of it, how it affects our education system. So some things are spurred by passion. So you know teaching might be your calling. It might be a gift. It might be something that you just like and fell in love with, and decide that you're going to pursue it. So what would you say? You know what would you say? Why did you acquire this profession?
All right. From early primary school, I knew I wanted to become a teacher. It has been, that thing that you feel upon your heart, tugging at your heart. And then
Right.
I believe it was because of the experiences that I had with my primary school teachers, because that
Mhm.
was warm, that was a great experience. After leaving high school, I wasn't financially able to pursue college. And so for many years passed, and I did not start in teachers college. But everywhere I would go, people would ask, "Are you a teacher?" I've been to church, I've been to different church functions, and persons would ask, even on the PA system, the teacher that is sitting there, or, so persons have always asked if I'm a teacher. And then at my church, I was Sunday school teacher, and the children,
Right.
keep saying students, the children there gravitated to what I was doing because it was out of the norm. It was exciting, and what we were, our presentations were exciting. They were having fun. They were learning, and then they started gravitating more and more. Even the children from the other age group classes would say, "I want Auntie Tamika to teach me. I want Auntie Tamika to teach me." And then when I wasn't teaching at church, where I was sitting, the children would just find me automatically. I would be giving them pencils and papers to write different things. So it growing up, and even in my adult year, I was always doing things pertaining to teaching. One day in particular, a young man he wasn't from the community of Gold. He visited, and he said to me, "Miss, are you a teacher?" I think we were in the same age group. So for him to address me as Miss, it was somewhat formal. So he said, "Miss, are you a teacher?" And I said, "No, I'm not." And he sat down and we spoke for about 20, 30 minutes. And he said, "Coming in the community and visiting the church, I always thought that you were a teacher. You're a teacher, man. You must pursue teaching, man." And I expressed to him my love for teaching. And, you're not the first person who have said that to me. And then that same week at work, um, one person who works next to me, she said to me that she enrolled for Sam Sharp, and she wanted the company. She was trying to find persons to start with her. And I said to her, that has always been my passion. However, I have never taken it up because of finances. And she said, "Try, man." And I signed up for Sam Sharp. And funny, I got through. And when I got the acceptance letter, I was wondering, what do I do now? I've not been accepted in a teacher's college. Teacher's college come with money, enough money too. So what do I
Uh-huh.
do? And when I started, I did not know where it was coming from. Still don't know where it is coming from, but I have a provider. And I have done 3 years. This is my fourth year, and I can say God has been good. To God be the glory, Raymond. He has worked some stuff out in my college life that may have to turn up sometime and say, "God, you're good, bad, You know the moment, the Raymond. So it has
Yeah.
always been my passion. It has always been something that I love. I enjoy teaching. I've had experiences in the classroom, at private institutions, and it is so different from the public institution. But it is something that I love, and it is something that I just commit myself to doing because seeing the reactions on the students' faces is more than $1 million. Getting the
Mm.
feedbacks from their parents, seeing their improvements, it is something that makes you sleep good at night. And it is something that I will do and continue doing. And let me say for the rest of my life.
All right, lovely. I, 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 I like seeing people pursuing their dreams, Tamika. Honestly, I believe there's I often say to myself, there's a lot of dreams buried with people, in the cemetery, and some of those people die with dreams or with gifts that could make our economy greater. Um, housing development. They had so much that could contribute to the well-being of society.
Mm-hmm.
And they died not fulfilling those dreams
Yeah.
because they were scared. Maybe they felt that it was too big for them. Maybe they mention it, to people, and there are always dream killers out there who,
Mm-hmm.
tend to stifle your dream, and you have to be careful who you share things with, because guess what?
That is so
Not
true.
everybody wish you well because they laugh with you. Not everybody mean you well because they will give you encouragement. And they say it because it would be unkind for them not to, fuel what you say.
That's
You
true.
know, so all right, quickly, tell us about Creative Youth Foundation. How did you join? No, we can't talk about Creative Youth Foundation. You
Okay,
were
all right. So we're at the foundation. So Creative Youth Foundation. It is an initiative founded by Mr. Michael Vassell from Bogue, in Ramble Hill to be exact.
the
It's
famous Michael Vassell.
the famous Michael Vassell, photographer, creative shots and design. So Mr.
Photographer
Vassell
Michael
had the
Vassell.
vision, and of course, being his partner in crime, I was there to help from the foundation to make
Right.
to make the initiative what it is now.
Uh-huh.
It is a challenge, as with anything else in life. However, we were able to do two successful back to school treats. One in the community of Bogue, as you mentioned, you were the host of that treat, and one in the community of Zion Hill, St. Catherine, where he's originally from. No, there
Right.
have been sponsorships on board. However, we are still seeking more sponsorship. I was mentioning earlier that our
Mm-hmm.
new initiative is to obtain 100 tablets so we can distribute to persons who really need them. So
Okay.
if I won't be charged for advertisements, Mr. Morgan, I'm encouraging stakeholders locally and internationally to come on board. You can visit the page Creative Youth Foundation on Facebook. You can look at the work that has been done. Reach out to Mr. Vassell or myself. All information is there because education is big in Jamaica. And I think it was last evening I was having a class and one of my colleagues was saying Jamaicans now are paying more attention to education. Back in the days, you were told to tie out goat and you went on the farm. Nothing is wrong with that because we know
Oh
farming is a
boy.
big industry now. But persons
Indeed.
are pursuing tertiary education, persons are finishing primary school, finishing high school, coming out with subjects and
Right.
pursuing their desired dreams. So education is a big part of our society and we just want to improve it. Nevertheless, move forward with it so that the generations to come will endorse it as much or even more than we are now in this current time.
Yes, I like the initiative. I had the opportunity to host the first back to school treat of the Creative Youth Foundation over there in Ramble Hill, Bogue. It was it was a wonderful experience, and to
It
see
was.
sorry, the joy on those children's face as they
It was.
collect their packages and you know ride the bounce about and all the fun that it was a wonderful
It
time,
was. It was.
and I'm really looking forward in doing a lot more work with you guys. Um, your face is getting darker and darker. I don't know what's happening.
I think it's the lighting, so I'm trying to get that adjust as it is.
Oh
Um,
yes, because I want to see your face.
how is that?
uh, right. I
More
am right.
spectrum.
Right. Yeah. 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 We like yeah.